Hey, probably really close, huh? This is JJ with Deluxe Vehicle Detailing and Paint Correction here in my home shop with my own personal vehicle. I've taken my time with things today. This is part of a series where I have spent exactly 2 hours, yes, eight 15-minute sessions, four on one half, four on the other, polishing the windshield. It looks beautiful. You're going to have to trust me. Are 100% of every single scratch and mark and wiper mark out of it? No, but I did take it from, I'm going to rate it at about a 5. I think I said 4 before, but it wasn't like too terrible, but there were marks everywhere. And anyway, the glass is all polished. It's prepped. I've done a panel prep, and I also did isopropyl. I did a kind of just quick job on the inside, so there are some smears on the inside, but the exterior is buttoned up. There are a couple rock chips, really small. If you see some white dots, they're not dust or debris or anything. So what I have here is the star of the show. I always put my coatings. I've got this little, this is a pad. I've lost my thought here, but anyway, coating holder. And so it's a nice way so that you don't drop your bottle. I took a very small needle nose pliers and I pulled the little plastic dropper that is inside the bottle of Underdog Pro. You can kind of see that barely. And so anyway, this is my route of doing things when I'm doing a coating. I am going to use this autosaver thin pad. These are really great. I've got a 3 millimeter graduated pipette, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, 3 millimeter. I am going to put 2 millimeters, I believe, for starters, just all around the pad. I'm going to go over the glass. I'm going to start my timer, and we're going to give it 1 minute and see if it's grabby with the first leveling towel. With Underdog on their paint or on their glass, they recommend a 3 towel method. So leveling towel, fluffy towel, slightly fluffier, that's GSM. So low GSM, kind of a medium GSM, and a little bit higher GSM. I think this is, I don't know, like 300, maybe 400, maybe 350 and 450. That's not, too important. You just want to level. You want to remove the carrying fluids, the solution. Then you want to go over and buff a little harder, and then you want to just give it a final third buff. And so I'm going to take you through that right now. I am stoked because this glass looks so much better than it did this morning. It's all been prepped. I believe this is going to be like part 5. This really isn't taking out the the windshield marks anymore and polishing glass. So I don't know how I'm going to break it down, but if it makes sense, I am going to put them in reverse order. I believe that's right on the 2 mark right there in the pipette. I think you can get that. It's nice when you have your coating bottle in a little extra pad like that. That is a force. That's where my mind was before. That is a Lake Country Force orange pad. Love those things. That thing hit a door handle one time. I just got these pipettes in. I've seen others use them. Looked interesting. So that's 2 millimeters, right? I'm going to put my top back on the Sauce Pro. Underdog kind of has some slang. I like the group with Underdog on Facebook and stuff, and Joel, the owner of the company, really good. So here we go, right? I tried the lighting a couple different ways, and I just couldn't get happy with any of it. So I wanted some flash. Now I just turned off, I'm in my garage and the air conditioning system is actually directly above me. I turned off the AC for a moment so I could get a little better sound. I turned off my fans. There is a pretty strong smell, as there is from most coatings. It's not obnoxious. I call it kind of minty almost, kind of a menthol. But anyway, you shouldn't be breathing this. You should be wearing a respirator that is rated for gases and such when working with chemicals. I cannot do this video with this, so I'm trying to lightly breathe. Oh, I forgot my timer. So we'll say that it's all applied. I think 2 mils seemed pretty good. My coverage seemed all right. I'm actually going to just add another mil. Go right down the center there. And I'll use this as my front edge and make sure I get all my corners. You will notice that I have a tape line down the windshield. I am going to do this same process with Dallas Paint Correction TMR on the other side as a comparison, and they're going to go to battle. So I will have a video that's like Battle of the Texas Coatings, DPC versus Underdog, see who wins. This is going to be somewhat annoying because I'm going to have one strip that will not have hydrophobics. Before I get too long, I'm going to just do one more. I'm going to tell Alexa, set timer for 1 minute.
1 minute, starting now.
So the cool thing about the Underdog product is it's got amazingly long flash time. If in the right conditions, cool, really super low humidity, cool, I'm going to say like, you know, in the 50s or 60s. Really smooth as I'm getting on this. You can get away with, okay, so there's the gray side. You can get away with doing like a half of a car in the coating, and you know, you've got like a 20-minute, I've even heard 30 minutes. I heard guys say they were, you know, went to lunch and forgot to like wipe a panel or something and came back and it was no problem. I guess glass tends to flash a little bit quicker. It just stopped raining. It's freaking really hot in here. Here's my minute timer about to come up. Alexa, cancel. So I have given that now with the, you know, first coat and added coat. It's had, I'd say probably 3 minutes total. Probably was about a minute or so applying the first. So as far as flash, as far as being able to see any kind of actual, I'll try and give you a little different view. Probably be a whole lot easier, as I just realized. I had the lights set up on the other side and they were like beaming on the glass and it was going to be perfect and beautiful, but sometimes things just don't work out. So you can see, hopefully, that there are some you know, you can see some flashing. You can see some of that is actually on the inside. It's a little difficult to work with glass. I don't see any big major effect. I'm not sure really if, you know, maybe I went a bit light on it. That was a total of 3 mils. That's a tenth of the bottle just for half the window. Seems like quite a bit. I am actually going to continue on and do the hood in half and half and do a headlight in each also. But I'm going to go ahead. This is supposed to feel somewhat grabby on paint. Now, I'm not sure about glass. There is a scant amount of information, but I can tell you it's not really grabby. It's still pretty smooth. I'm going to say it's had a full 5 minutes, but in this garage, which is approximately 90 degrees with full humidity, I'm thinking 5 minutes is going to be plenty for it to bond to the glass. Got a little bit on my cowl. The cowl is treated with solution finish, and then I coated it with one of the coatings from Dallas Paint Correction. Man, is that slick. So there's towel 1. Put the dirty side down. Excuse me for a moment. Just going to find a safe place for that. So I'm going to come with my second towel. Just do a nice general wipe. Sure you get everything so there's no dreaded high spots, which is what you need to be careful of with coatings. But I really feel like Underdog is more forgiving from everything I have read on it than a lot of coatings, which is nice, right? I mean, if you can go and do half a car and then do all your wipe down in a 3-stage set. You know, guys are talking about getting around a car in, you know, very little time. So here's the fluffiest of the 3 anyway. And we'll just make sure that we got everything nice along the edges. It's throwing me off a little bit. I should have done probably a little better job on the interior window clean. They needed some attention, and I wiped and did an isopropyl. I probably should have done a magic eraser and an isopropyl. All right. Anyway, that is that. It's that simple. I know that probably, you know, that didn't really look like much. I'm just trying to give some information on this that you can use Underdog on glass, and I am actually going to stop this video since it's on the windshield. This will be my part 5 for the glass polishing and then ending up with a coating, and you know, kind of also its own standalone in a way with Underdog on glass. Okay, so thanks for being with me. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the autoplay. I'll do the reverse order, however it makes sense, so they'll all just play right through. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care. Thanks. And we'll catch you on the flip side.